see inside the fuel pump chamber, it's exactly the same valves. Strip is a little different. This has 2 screws to retain it, the other one has 1. That's the only difference. Same valves, same everything. I'm not taking this off because I had trouble getting it to seal previously, so I don't want to disturb it. So there you see it. Fuel pump, vacuum pump, same thing. Make sure when you put it back together in a dual pump like this that you have the right lever in the right place. This is the actuator for the fuel pump, which is down here, and it's centered there with the short arm, where the vacuum pump is centered here with the long arm. So I put the diaphragm in, I've put this together and pounded it down to flare it back out again. This being copper, or some kind of copper alloy, it's pretty soft. So initially I tried pounding it straight down that way, and then this part bent. So I had to put it in the vise and keep the jaws right there as a shoulder, and then I was able to drive it down and make it tight so it doesn't turn. But if you do this kind of thing, replace a diaphragm with one you've made, make sure you put this back so that these screw holes are in the right angle to this drive. Otherwise you're going to have a hard time getting it into position, especially if you make it tight, which it should be because you want it to seal. And there's no sense putting these valves back in if they're dented or they've got grooves in them. This has a little bit, but it should form a seal. So all I did was take emery cloth on a flat surface, 400 grit emery cloth on a flat surface, and just run it back and forth so that it polishes it. And then you can see if there's any scratches or dents quite easily. Same with this one. Looks pretty good. Sprayed some more silicone on there for the rubber to soften it up. These valves, there's 2 of them in each pump, obviously, suction and pressure. They were leaking like a sieve. So I tried various ways to clean them and I could never get them perfect. So I took this piece of mechanics wire, pounded it down on the end so it's fairly thin, about 1/64 of an inch thick, and then bent it in the vise and then run it around both sides. Or sorry, one side. Here, you can feel this. I can feel the seat. You might be able to hear that, where the rubber sits. And blow it out. Still leaks occasionally. Sometimes it's okay, and then other times it leaks. So I'll keep working on that. So now to start putting it back together. This shoulder gets the seat on that side, and then this thin shoulder makes room for the suction valve there. So in this one I used R10 O-rings. It's a standard size R10. Centered the retainer clip, clamped it down. I think I will remove this again and put some Loctite on it because it doesn't go all the way down, and I don't want to, the valves are a little higher now, so I don't want to completely compress it. But here's an example. Can't blow through it. Suction works great, so it should be way. There it is, a thing of beauty. I can't build up any vacuum with it by hand, but I can hear the valves working up and down, so it obviously is sucking and blowing. Let's see how it works. So true to form, I had both sections, one screw division out, so I had to take them both apart and turn it. I like to do things multiple times. You get practice that way. So what's it got for vacuum? That would be 16 inches of mercury. It's pretty good. should work all the accessories, even though it doesn't at the moment. So, I think the vacuum pump has been successfully repaired. I'm going to go with that anyway.